Okay, and we're back. So, the dragger. If we have dropped the dragger, we need to deactivate the dragger for starters. We don't want him. But the other thing is when we drop whatever we're dropping, we need to know what we've dropped on, right? So again, we need to get the mouse, the hovering slot's position, and again we're going to do this exact same logic and the compare, because if you drop on another item you want to do logic for that, right? But I mean technically now our little dragger, which is obviously too big, but right, but why isn't he? Oh, that stupid thing, did I not fix that? It's false. Oh, well, Lord, Thunder and Jesus. Alright, so apparently we need this guy. We forgot to bring him over because we're all apparently crazy. Alright, now he's on every frame. We're getting the mouse data. Of course, we got errors. So we click, we let go. We click, we let go, right? So it looks like we're dragging this thing around, right? Now, the apple that's left there or whatever, I'm just going to leave there. I'm not too worried about it. If you want, you can deactivate it so it looks like you're picking this thing up and moving it around, and no one will be the wiser. I'm actually fine with leaving an item there, and then when you let go, if it transfers, it'll transfer over then. Right, so ideally we have dragged it. Hovering slot position. You know what? We don't want to use that variable. Drop on slot position, because we need both those. When it comes to moving that thing around, because we need to know where it came from and where it's, what it is. Okay, so if it's none, which is our done, right? Object compare, if there's nothing there, there's nothing on the slot check, and the slot check is going to be drop on position, array get drop on slot position. So we're dropping it on a compare. If it's none, we've dropped it on an empty slot. We then want to array get FSM array item, and we need to also set a value. Set a value. So okay, so we are from the current collection. Now I'm going to do that cheat. Inventory and the item. Request from at index. So we have two slots, right? we have the hovering slot position and the drop slot position. So we're going to get that item, and it is going to be type object, type demo thing, store value as current item event. So we're going to get the item literally on the player slot position, matching to wherever we just dropped to. Okay, and we're also going to, okay, and this, and we're dropping on an empty slot. So we're dropping on an empty slot, so we don't care too much about that. All right, yeah. Okay. So the hovering slot position. Set. Is there an FSM set array FSM? No, of course not, because that would be too easy. So we're going to have to what? Build, copy the array, build it, and resend it. Well, isn't that just lovely? So let's get rid of that, because that's not going to work for us then, unless we did a custom action. Okay, so we got the array, current collection. So we're going to do everything in the current collection. So current collection at drop slot position is going to be, oh man, did I delete that? Array get current slot at the hovering slot current collection is a demo thing. Do we not have another demo? No, we have two of them. We have the null and we have the slot check. You know what? Let's just reuse a slot check. You always want to try to reuse variables. So we're going to get it from the hovering position, and on the drop position we are going to set the value. And then we are also, after that, set the value on the hovering position to null. Okay. Let's make sure that works and we don't need a next frame event in there. Right, we've picked it up and we dropped it. Something's not working. We screwed something up. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, right. That whole thing. So like I said, like we don't have a FSM set and get yada yada yada, right? So we're modifying more or less a copy of this array, and now we need to set FSM array. So on the current requested from, this is just so much easier to do it this way when you go like that. The inventory, the items, current collection, this is now requested from, and copy values. Now of course we have to do the same thing with the quantities as well, but one thing at a time. We're already at 10 minutes. Time flies so fast. So, right, so now if I come back over here broke something. The apple is there. Hey, why am I not getting a mouse up? Oh, jeez. That's just weird. We're gonna have to look into that. So I've dropped it on slot 5. So this one's moving. Is this guy moving? Oh yeah, he moved. He's over on slot 5 now. Okay. So there's a little glitch there. I'll have to look into that, see why it's doing that. So it's moving. Now the graphics obviously aren't updated. That's a whole nother thing. We don't want to update everything every frame because that's silly. We're going to make probably another FSM that's literally just going to be waiting for events, and it's going to iterate through everything and reset all the graphics. So anytime we do any change, we're going to fire off an event and it's going to reset all that stuff so that it reflects what's happening here. But that'll have to be in the next video. Alright, catch you guys later.